Hi students, I'm Dr. Bhavna. In this lecture, we are going to deal about the animal kingdom, the another part of animal kingdom. So already in the last class, we have done about the different phylum. That is nothing but the phylum Platyhelminthes, Ace clementhus, as well as we have gone to Echinodermata also. So in the echinodermata and all also, we have seen the specific features. We have done in detail about Ace clementhus and echinodermata. Ace clementhus, what are the specific features? Ace clementhus means nothing but they are called as roundworms, as well as they exhibit a specific feature, that is nothing but they are also called as alimentary canal is well developed with muscular pharynx. It is well developed, as well as females are longer than males. See, suppose this is the male roundworm. Roundworm is, this is male. When it comes to female, this is female roundworm. That is, always females are longer than males. Ascaris is a roundworm. Eukarya filarial worm. Ankylostoma, it is nothing but hookworm. So these all exhibit a special property. That is, females as well as males exhibit a special property. Different, they are dioecious. Only phyla which exhibits the dioecious, till now what we have done, which exhibit a dioecious property is nothing but this roundworms, that is Ace clementhus. Then rest all important neat question is about pseudocoelomates. They exhibit a special property called as pseudocoelomate, as well as alimentary canal is well developed with muscular pharynx. That point you should remember. As well as females are longer than males. That's all. Important 2 or 3 points only for this Ace clementhus. When it comes deep, when you go deep into next one, that is nothing but echinodermata. Everything that is related to stars, that is starfish, as well as sea lily, sea cucumber, these all antedon, sea lily, everything, these all will come under anything that is related to fishes, that is starfishes or sea lilies. These all will come under echinodermata. So what is the property that they exhibit? They exhibit a special property that is called as water vascular system. One important neat question. Water vascular system they exhibit, as well as they exhibit another property, that is nothing but excretory system is absent, as well as mouth is present on the ventral side, anus on the dorsal side. These are the three important neat questions which were asked frequently. What is the use of this water vascular system in echinodermata? It nothing but it helps in transportation of water. All the water is transported, as well as they play an important role in locomotion also. And so we have given numerous examples like Asterias is starfish, as well as Cucumaria is sea cucumber, Echinus is sea urchin. Those all we have done in detail. As well as another important specific feature about Echinodermata is nothing but they are radially symmetrical animals, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. These are radially symmetrical, larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. So these are the important points about the Echinodermata as well as Ace clementhus. Ace clementhus very easy to remember. It is similar to that of Platyhelminthes. Echinodermata, one or two similarities to that of Cnidarians. What is that? Fertilization is external fertilization, as well as another important point is they exhibit radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. These are the important neat questions. That's why I'm stressing 2 or 3 times for you to remember. Next, we are going into the phylum, that is nothing but Annelida. Annelida. Because this animal kingdom is a big, huge chapter, we are taking it into so many parts. Daily I am telling you two or one or two filer, two to three filer I am repeating actually. So that because if you hear two or three times, it will be very easy for you. If you see in the last class, all the last lectures also you follow, it will be easy and it will be a good continuation for you. The last animal kingdom part 2, part 3, part 4, like that we are entering. Still we are left over with so many like chordata, hemichordatas and all, mollusks, chordates and all we will deal in detail. I am going very slow so that you should understand very perfectly and you should be able to answer, because this is not like a logic. If you go fast, slowly we should go. So when we start with the phylum Annelida, what is the specific feature that is exhibited by Annelida? Annelida means nothing but all the earthworms, nereis, these all will come and blood sucking leeches will be there, not flukes. Flukes will come under platyhelminths, leeches which will suck the blood of numerous humans and all, numerous animals. These will come under phylum Annelida. So that you should remember. So phylum Annelida, first when we see, they are aquatic or terrestrial. They are terrestrial or aquatic. That is both properties they exhibit. Terrestrial as well as aquatic, both properties. Because some organisms are terrestrial like earthworms. When it comes to nereis and all, they are aquatic. So that is one important point. Next, from platyhelminths, what I have told you, they all exhibit the property called as triploblastic nature. Triploblastic nature. Another important point is they exhibit organ system level of organization. Organ system level. Next, they are bilaterally symmetrical animals. Bilaterally symmetrical. So similar features are only present. They are terrestrial or aquatic. All the earthworms and all will come under this. Roundworms will come under Aschelminthus. Flatworms will come under Platyhelminthus. Taenia, only worm, that is flatworm. Rest all will come under Aschelminthus, that is roundworms. Only earthworm will come under the phylum Annelida. Important neat question. So they are triploblastic animals. That is, three layers are present: ectoderm, endoderm as well as mesoderm. And they exhibit organ system level. Numerous tissues are organized to form organs. Next, bilaterally symmetrical. They can be divided into two equal halves and only one plane. So this is bilaterally symmetrical. Later, now specific properties will come into play. Now what are the specific features which are exhibited by Annelida? Is nothing but the body is divided into numerous segments. Body is divided into numerous segments. These are called as metameres. Metameres. Same features of that of earthworm only we can specify here. If you already have done with earthworm, then it will be easy for you. Same features only are exhibited. First, body is divided into numerous segments called as metameres. About 100 to 150 segments may be present. Next, longitudinal as well as circular muscles are present. Longitudinal and circular muscles. What is the use of this longitudinal and circular muscles is nothing but they play an important role in locomotion. They play an important role in locomotion. That is, if they want to move from one place to another, like how for echinodermata, like water vascular system in the water plays a very important role for locomotion as well as transportation of water. For these organisms also there should be specific feature for locomotion. That is nothing but all the longitudinal as well as circular muscles which are present in the body of the annelida only, they play an important role in locomotion. Next, when we come to excretory system is excretory organs are present. They are also called as nephridia. Nephridia. So nephridia are the excretory organs for that of the phylum Annelida. Excretory organs are nothing but nephridia. Another important point that you should remember is regarding that is nervous system. When it comes to nervous system, a well-developed double ventral nerve cord is present. Well-developed double ventral nerve cord is present. See, same features of that of earthworm only. Like what are the features we have read in earthworm? It is divided into numerous body segments. We have seen it have muscles like that of longitudinal as well as circular muscles. When you come to excretory system, what you have seen in the excretory system, nephridia are the excretory organs which play a very important role that you have seen. Then later when you come to nervous system, see near the nervous system of earthworm, what we have seen at the third and fourth nerve cord, they encircle the pharynx. We have seen double ventral nerve cord is present. Same features of annelida. If you have done it earthworm, all the same features will be there. We have done excretory system. We have done the different other systems, nervous system. Now when you come to vascular system is nothing but closed type of vascular system is exhibited. Closed type. That is heart, blood vessels as well as capillaries, everything are present. So they exhibit a special property called as closed type of vascular system is present. So this is also plays a very important role now, closed type of vascular system. Then later, so these are the first main important features of that of Annelida. What we have done till now, phylum Annelida when we have started, they are terrestrial or aquatic animals. That is some are terrestrial, some are aquatic. Then later we have done that they exhibit as property that is triploblastic nature, then organ system level, and we have done about bilaterally symmetrical animals. I am going slow so that each one of you should understand. Bilaterally, organ level, triploblastic. These are the three specific features. As well as I have told you, phylum aft only Aschelminthus as well as Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, they are called as acoelomates. When it comes to Aschelminthus, they are called as pseudocoelomates. Acoelomates, pseudocoelomates. Rest all, starting from the phylum Annelida, all are coelomate animals. Coelomate animals. Coelomate animals means what? They all will have true coelom, that is a body cavity is present in between the gut wall and the body wall. A specific cavity is present, that is nothing but coelom. So that is an important point that you should remember. So about coelomates it is done. Then the body is divided into numerous segments. Those are nothing but metameres, about 100 to 150. Then later longitudinal as well as circular muscles are present which play an important role in locomotion. So this is about that. Then later we have done about well-developed nephridia. First excretory system we have done. Nephridia are the important excretory organs for that of Annelida, nephridia. Now vascular system, that is closed type of vascular system. The blood flows within the closed type, that is heart, blood vessels as well as capillaries. Blood flows through this closed type of circulatory system. Only system which exhibit is the open type of vascular system is nothing but cockroaches. Only they exhibit a special property called as open type of circulatory system. Rest all exhibit closed type of circulatory system. So this is about that. Then nephridia, metamias, longitudinal and circular muscles. Next, well-developed nerve cords. That is, in the nervous system, they will have paired ganglia which is present, which play an important role in double ventral nerve cord. So, I want you all to write down these important points in an order so that when you are referring, these all are the specific features which I have told you. That is nephridia, metamias, these two. The rest all like other phyla only we have done. But they'll ask you in NEET, what is the use of longitudinal and circular muscles? So, use of longitudinal and circular muscles is nothing but they play an important role in locomotion. So, that is one thing. So, next, another important thing is about phylum Annelida. Two types are present, that is Nereis as well as leeches. Nereis, they are mostly aquatic forms. That's why I have told you in the starting of Annelida. That is nothing but they are maybe aquatic or they may be terrestrial. So Nereis, they are aquatic forms. When it comes to leeches or earthworms, they are parasitic forms. They are terrestrial forms. As well as Nereis exhibit a special property that is nothing but they are dioecious. Dioecious. Dioecious means what? Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate means what? They will have separately, that is males and females are separate. When it comes to leeches or earthworms, they exhibit a hermaphrodite property. Hermaphrodite means both the male organs as well as female organs are present in the same individual. So these exhibit a special property called as hermaphrodite. And these are dioecious animals. As well as when you come to Nereis, suppose this is a Nereis, they will have numerous parapodia which are present. These are lateral appendages. These are also called as lateral appendages. What is the use of this lateral appendages? They play an important role in swimming. They play an important role in swimming. Numerous lateral appendages are present on the full body of the Nereis. Numerous lateral appendages are present. So, what is the use of this is they play an important role in swimming. These lateral appendages are called as parapodia. Parapodia. These parapodia play an important role in swimming. So Nereis will also come under phylum Annelida. Oh, not only earthworms. Earthworms, blood-sucking leeches as well as Nereis. These all will come under phylum Annelida only. So that is the important point that you should remember here. So these are the main specific features of Annelida. Then fertilization. When it comes to fertilization, fertilization is internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Internal. That is, within the body of the organism only fertilization will takes place. Next, reproduction is also asexual. Reproduction is sexual or asexual. So these are the main important points that we have done about the phylum Annelida. So what we have done about this phylum Annelida, because this is the biggest phylum, we will take more time and read about this. Phylum Annelida, but I'm saying biggest phylum, not the largest phylum. Largest phylum is Arthropoda. Second largest phylum is Mollusca. Largest means what? They are present in more in numbers. So largest phyla is nothing but arthropoda. Majority of organisms are arthropods. When it comes to mollusks, that is apple, snail, tortoise and all, those all are second largest phyla. Annelida will come under third or fourth. So that point you should remember, as well as what we have done till now about Annelida. They are terrestrial or aquatic animals. They may be terrestrial or they may be aquatic. First important point that you should remember. Next, you should remember that they are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, exhibit organ level of organization, as well as they exhibit coelomate property. That is, true coelom will start from the phylum Annelida only. We have done Echinodermata also. They also exhibit the property called as coelomate property. So that is also important here, you should remember. Then later we have started with the excretory system. Excretory system is nephridia that plays an important role. They are the important excretory organs for that of same whatever the features of earthworm is there. Those features you can write in phylum Annelida. First you can write about the excretory system, that is nephridia. Then you can write about the water vascular system. That is water vascular system means that is for echinodermata. I am saying the another important feature that you can write is closed type of circulatory system. Closed type of circulatory system is present for which organisms? That is Annelida exhibit closed type, that is heart, blood vessels, capillaries, everything are present in the same individual. So that you should be done. Then later we are done with the dioecious organisms. That is next when we go deep, longitudinal and circular muscles play an important role in locomotion of the organisms. Then we have seen the two different forms, that is nereis as well as leeches. Nereis, everything that is related to aquatic will come under nereis. Rest all are terrestrial animals. Aquatic as well as dioecious, that is sexes are separate, that is males are separate, females are separate. Dioecious is exhibited by nereis. When it comes to leeches or earthworms, they are hermaphrodite, both the male as well as females are present in the same individual. When it comes to parapodia, parapodia are the specific feature which is present in the organism called as nereis. Nereis, see, numerous lateral appendages are present. These lateral appendages play an important role in swimming. For proper swimming of aquatic organisms, parapodia are present, which are present on the lateral side, and these are called as lateral appendages. So this is about that. Then it exhibits sexual or asexual reproduction, as well as the fertilization is internal fertilization, as well as when it comes to development. Development is indirect development. That is, these all will go through a larval stage. That is, for earthworms, cocoons are the larval stage. Like that, these also will undergo different larval stages. So this is about the phylum Annelida. The main most common examples for that of phylum Annelida is For phylum Annelida, important things you should remember is Nereis. One worm is Nereis, another one is Ferritima. Ferritima is nothing but earthworm. Ferritima is nothing but earthworm. Then Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria is nothing but whatever leech which I have told you. That is blood sucking leech. So these three organisms will come under the phylum Annelida. So till now we have done with the important phyla, that is nothing but sponges. Second one Cnidarians, that is Ctenophora as well as coelentrates. Then combinedly we have done with Platyhelminthes as well as Aschelminthes. These two we have done combinedly. Reading the differences we have done. Then later we have done the fourth phylum, that is nothing but Echinodermata. This is somewhat similar to that of Cnidarians. Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes somewhat similar. Annelida, now it is totally different from all of these phyla. So you all should go in detail about this, as well as these examples also you should remember. Only Taenia tapeworm will come under Platyhelminthes. Rest all roundworms and all other worms means they will come under Aschelminthes only. And only that which will come under this Annelida is earthworm. Annelida means whenever they ask important NEET questions, it is nothing but that of earthworm only. So Nereis, Ferritima is nothing but earthworm. Hirudinaria is blood sucking leech. So this is the diagram of Nereis. If they give you this diagram, you should be able to identify which organism. This is Nereis. When you come to this is Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria. That is nothing but leech. This is Nereis. So you should be able to identify clearly which organism belongs to what. Till now sponges I have given you a diagram. Echinodermata means all the starfishes and all. Anything that is star shaped will come under Echinodermata only. These all will come under Echinodermata, which are marine and all. If anything, the body is divided into numerous segments, means it may be Arthropoda or Annelida only. But mostly it is Annelida. Arthropoda you can easily identify different animals. Like that of cockroach you can identify. Butterflies, these all will come under silkworm. Everything will come under Arthropoda, that you can easily identify. When it comes to the different numerous segments like this, if I draw, this is, and if I draw parapodia, numerous lateral appendages, if I draw for this like this, then this way is called as Nereis, that is aquatic form. This way is called as Hirudinaria, that is blood sucking leech, which is very harmful for that of humans. This will cause numerous diseases. Earthworms, they are also called as friends of farmers. They are very useful for us. But when it comes to Hirudinaria and all, these are very harmful to humans. That is, they are blood sucking leeches. They suck lot of blood from the humans whenever on the soil when they are present and all, and they will cause numerous diseases also. That all we will deal in second year topic in human health and diseases. So today we are done with the major phylum, that is Annelida. In the next one, we will deal about Arthropoda. That also will take a big class because it's the largest phylum. So we will complete with the Arthropoda in the next class.